Hello, welcome to Sonic Fury Book Reviews. As usual, I am Tina. Today I'm doing a classic sci-fi book review of Alien Speedway Pitfall by Thomas Wylde. This is a book that came out in 1988. It's as I said, a classic sci-fi. I mean, not really classic, but you know what I mean. It's from Spectra Books. Nowhere on the front or back cover does this book say it is part 2 of a trilogy. You have to open the book and get started before you realize that, which was annoying, but I went with it mainly because I'd already decided on this book and was too lazy to get up and pick a new one. Also, the cover's amazing. I want the little dragon pet. And such a sweet helmet. Oh, this is a great cover. There it is. This book takes a while to get up to speed, and while I'll never be a champion in my eyes, it was a fun ride. What is it about? Deception at Pitfall. Mike Murray traveled across the galaxy to reach Clipsis, where he hoped to get a chance to race faster than light ships. He found a place for himself among the dreamers and pilots. There's a hyphen of 1,000 words. He found a place for himself among the dreamers and pilots of 1,000 worlds. But the competition is fierce. When a racing accident gravely injures his rival, Mike is accused of tampering with the ship. In the midst of preparing for an upcoming race, he must clear his name by unmasking the saboteur. His investigation leads him to a close friend, and the friend seems connected to the black market. Suspecting betrayal, Murray is certain of one thing. Someone is trying to kill him. Okay. Truthfully, this book suffers a lot in its lack of exposition character-wise. I'm not sure if this is because it's book 2 or just the writer's style, but there are so many names thrown in with no exposition that a lot of the time I was like, who is this person? What is their deal? I don't know who they are. What is going on? It also didn't help that Michael, the main character, is so incredibly bland and uninteresting. I had trouble caring about him, and while the sabotage story was good, it took him so long to figure out there was sabotage, and then the plot follows such a meandering vein, there wasn't a great deal of tension. I was kind of bored. That being said, the actual racing parts were really fun, and the sci-fi world building was really cool once I got a beat on it. There are lots of aliens, though a severe lack of description of them, which was fun, but the main descriptions that we get are of technology, and that was so interesting and detailed that it kept me reading far more than Michael and his problems. One of the coolest things about this book is that there are fantastic pictures at the end outlining what the ships and other tech look like. I'm going to show you. So I can get my book to open. This is why, because if you follow my channel, you'll know that I've been talking about this book for like 2 months, but I couldn't find it. It was under my couch, and so I couldn't review this because I wanted to show you the sweet pictures. So like, there's this one. That's not as cool. But like, there's like ships. It's neat. And like, look at this one. Very, very detailed. What else do we got here? Yeah, some tanks and stuff. I like this one. And then we have this one at the end. Cool. Super cool. The pictures are done by someone called Hayashi. I'm not sure if that's her first or last name, but whether that's Randy Hayashi, who does like landscapes that I Googled, I have no idea. It's a mystery that I don't care enough about to find out. If anyone knows, feel free to say so in the comments, but I am not losing sleep over this. This is a short review because this is a rather short book. If you like racing and sci-fi, you'll probably really enjoy this. I did. It wasn't my favorite book of the year, though, I will say. So I'm going to do my classic sci-fi bingo. It's not going to be very long because there's really not a lot. Outdated science. No, actually, at least as far as I could tell. There's a lot of in-depth detail about engines and things like that, but I'm not a mechanic or an engineer who could tell you how accurate that is, so I'm just going to assume that that's correct. A spaceship blows up. Yes, if you consider the racers a spaceship, then yes, one does get very damaged. Yeah, but I mean, I guess they're spaceships. Social changes? Not really. We'll only have one female racer, which doesn't seem very futuristic, but oh well. Sexy female scientist? Nope. Cool aliens? Yes, there are a few aliens in the book, but the best are the clacks, the little dragon things that fix ships and are telepathic. There's also other aliens that we don't get a lot of detail. One of them has 4 arms. One of the racers is an alien, I think. I'm not sure, to be honest. There's a severe lack of description in this book. I wasn't sure if Twyla had blue skin because she was an alien or because she was in a healing tank, to be completely honest. Anyway. Alien-human romance. Yes, if Twyla is an alien and Lek is a human. To be sure, to be honest, I'm not sure. We are never told, so I'm just going to assume. There's nothing for generation ship or space soldiers. Robots, yes, there are a few robot characters. There does appear to be some racism against robots too, as they're often called squeal heads. I'm not super interested in robots, so I'm not really going to get into this too much. Again, there wasn't that much description of them. New worlds, yes. Pitfall, Eclipsis, whatever, is a new world. Cyberpunk, I mean, I would consider this a bit cyberpunky. The technology feels that way, though there aren't really any body mods or any of the darker, kind of sexier stuff of cyberpunk, so I don't think it technically falls into that. But it's kind of like on the brink of cyberpunk. Sexism. No! Twyla is the only female lead racer, but she is resoundingly the best racer, which Michael often states. Women aren't hypersexualized or trivialized in the book, and there are women with all sorts of jobs, including Dwayne, a female alien mechanic. Normally I talk about the women in some detail, but honestly, they're not that interesting. Twyla's in a tank the whole time. Dwayne doesn't say much. Everyone else is kind of like minor characters. There is one character, Alice, who's the co-pilot of the antagonist and assumingly his girlfriend. She sticks up for herself to this guy when he's flying off the handle, and after she tells him to calm down, he does so, suggesting that he values her opinion and respects her. He does swear at her on the final page when he's upset about losing the final race, but it's also clear she dumps him at this point, so I mean, that's a pretty strong female character thing to do. Yeah, I actually liked Alice. I wish there was a bit more about Alice because she was kind of a badass. Foreigner technology, nope, none of that. There is no LGBT plus stuff either. We also have nothing from portals to racial equality. The thing about racial equality, though, is that we're not told what anyone looks like. So it's possible it's very racially equal. Given that humans and aliens all work together, without any sort of speciesism, except for the kind of prejudice against robots, I'm assuming the humans also aren't racist, but it's not clear in the character descriptions or the cultural notes, so I can't really give it a check mark. Plasma future tech, yes, there's a ton, as you saw in the pictures. If the ships, here's how the ships work if you're interested. There's also anti-gravity fields all over the place, which I thought was fun. Where is it? Would you like to explain how this engine works, Mike? Well, the reaction fuel we use is cryogenic deuterium, which we pump through the exhaust nozzle walls to cool them and through the electromagnetic jackets to keep them superconducting. When the deuterium starts to boil, it gets sucked through the heater tubes and down the afterburner chamber for mixing with the fusion plasma. He says, I guess these engines are pretty old-fashioned. And they also have hydrogen. Hydrogen fuses with boron-11, making carbon-12. We take tiny glass pellets filled with boron hydride and squash them down with the particle beams till we hit the ignition temp, which is about 2 billion degrees. The plasma expands against the magnetic field, and we bleed off the current to charge the caps that pump the beam projectors. It's a clean reaction, and the carbon-12 is stable. No radiation. Nope. Well, if we get some boron-10 impurities, we end up making carbon-11, which has a half-life of about 20 minutes. So then it keeps going. So there's a lot of talk about that. If you find that interesting, you might really, really like this. I'm moderately interested in that. Post-apocalyptic galactic war, nothing. Text literature today, yes, they have the data net, which is the internet for sure. And they also have direct messaging. And I was like, oh, okay, this is very futuristic. The Bechdel test, nope. The women don't really talk to one another. Most of the women are minor side characters, as I said. But yeah, overall, it was a fun little book. It's kind of annoying that it didn't tell you it was like the second book. It's not really clear on the top. It says, Rogers of the Lasnies, Alien Speedway, Pitfall by Thomas Wylde. This does not say book 2 in Alien Speedway. It does not say anything like that. So thanks so much. But I will say it's so cute, little dragon. Oh my god. So anyway, thanks for watching and bye.